Hello viewers, you're watching Eco TV International News, our broadcasting for viewers in the Gambia and around the world. We first begin with our headlines. First Lady tells African leaders to prioritize good governance. Central Bank calls for proper handling of banknotes. Man gets 15-year jail term over human trafficking. Serekunda market women applaud Mayor Bensouda for immense development of Kanifing Municipal Council. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. Lady Fatoumata Barrow has urged African leaders to rethink about the continent's priorities and strategies in order to achieve the collective objective of Africa's development. Madam Barrow was addressing the Warwick Africa Summit hosted in the United Kingdom. We need to rethink our priorities and strategies in an innovative manner to ensure that we reach our collective goal for Africa's development in a practical manner. African governments have to tackle this issue head-on by working together with their development partners to ensure good governance, financial prudence in government, rule of law, and education of our vast youthful population that can be the engine of our growth, she said. She added that youths are the backbone of any society. Therefore, we have to transition from being the mining fields of the world to the trading center that we were centuries ago. Madam Fatoumata Barrow further noted that governments are partnering with the private sector to create employment through beneficiation ventures in far more financial as opposed to the previous system of exporting raw materials unprocessed and unvalued. She said young entrepreneurs, including women, should be supported in these ventures. These are the methods that we need to fight against poverty and transform our continent, she stated. It gives me great pleasure to join you at the occasion of the Warwick Africa Summit 2023, which focuses on the development of Africa. I would like to congratulate and thank members of the Warwick Africa Summit for organizing such an interactive and educative forum. I believe you have provided the right platform to share experiences and encourage one another. Your effort is recognizing the need for dialogue in an inclusive approach for Africa's development, incomparable and a good start in addressing our needs, she added. Madam Barrow said the greatest lesson she has learned over the past few years is the importance of human dignity. For a few years ago, I have dedicated my role as the voice of the underprivileged and the marginalized groups of society. For this reason, I am very pleased to deliver this keynote speech to the presence of youth men and women from all over the world who will become our future leaders. As the First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia, I instantly became engaged in various humanitarian or charitable organizations, medical treatment camps, and other activities targeted at the most vulnerable groups of society, including women, children, the different able, and the various communities in need, she added. Bua Sedi, the governor of Central Bank of the Gambia, yesterday called on Gambians to properly handle the country's currency and also help in withdrawing all the circulated old notes. Speaking during the Monetary Policy Committee press conference, Governor Sedi continued that Gambians should help the bank's guests in withdrawing the bad currency notes in the market while calling on people to properly handle the currency and avoid writing on using the currency or dry hands. The condition of the old notes is disheartening to us, and that's why Central Bank takes it seriously and issued a press release that the old notes are out of circulation and we are now issuing the current notes. On the process of withdrawing the old notes, he explained that, as stated in their press release, to start the process on February 15, the bank had opened a window and will be giving currency to commercial banks. He further acknowledged that process should have started by February 15, but they were disappointed by the printers in terms of shipping. He told journalists that shipping is a challenge, but the new notes are expected in the country by March. He said the bank will supply all commercial banks in order to withdraw the old notes as soon as possible. Governor said he encouraged ordinary market vendors to talk to the banks and change their old notes while the supermarket owners reach to the Central Bank of the Gambia itself. He confirmed that the Central Bank has adequate stock of the new currency notes. The Gambia on Monday, 27th February, registered another milestone in its fight against human trafficking within its jurisdiction as the High Court in Kanifing, presided over by Justice Oshi Tutu, convicted one Jeremy Jata for human trafficking and sentenced him to imprisonment of 15 years term jail. The court also fined Mr. Jata $100,000 in default to serve 14 months behind bars. The convicted was charged with conspiracy to commit felony contrary to Section 386 of the Criminal Procedure Code and acting as intermediary for the purpose of trafficking contrary to Section 29(1)(3) and B of the Trafficking in Persons Act, caption 1302, Volume 3, Laws of the Gambia. Representing the State Counsel Raki Duwada, describing the judgment as a milestone and sent a clear message of government's zero tolerance approaching to human trafficking in person. In the same vein, the Solicitor General and Legal Secretary Mr. Hussein Thomas reacted by expressing delight that justice has been obtained for the victim of what he described as Groomstone Act. He added that to all traffickers and would-be traffickers, this is a warning to you all. The long arm of justice will surely get you one day. He affirmed the government's continued commitment to the preventing, protecting, and prosecuting of all cases related to trafficking in persons, especially women and children. Serekunda market vendors have applauded Honorable Talib Bensouda for bringing immense development into the Kanifing Municipal Council. His tenure in office, which is about to end as the local government election approaches. The vendors quickly urged residents of Kanifing Municipal Council not to allow Bensouda to escape from the continued development of the municipality that he has started. Instead, they should vote for him in mass for continuation. They made these remarks during his constitutional mandatory tour that he commenced on Monday ahead of the local government elections. Fatu Fati said the development that Mayor Talib Bensouda brings to the different places in the Kanifing Municipal Council is uncountable. He is a leader who wants the country to go forward based on the interests of Gambians. She said Gambians should be aware now, because if they allow him to escape from this development aspiration for the Kanifing Municipal Council, we will wake up at midnight and start searching for him as the way that we are searching for the former President Yahya Jammeh. She added that the market was not hygienic, but since Mayor Talib Bensouda came into office, the market was transformed hygienically with the environment, and many vendors have places to sell compared to past years. He provided drinkable water and for ablution to many places in the market, and also provided toilets for the markets, she said. Another Aja Sise described Mayor Talib Bensouda as a painkiller that can cure all types of sicknesses, saying they started curing the market vendors' pain since the day he came into power in the Kanifing Municipal Council. Gambian people need someone like Bensouda to bring fast development to the country and empower youths of the country, she added. Meanwhile, he highlighted some of the challenges that vendors are facing in the market, saying they need many places where the youths can operate their businesses, since it is very difficult to sell on the streets. Talib Ahmed Bensouda will win the upcoming local government elections because he has shown his hard work to the Gambian people, she expressed with confidence. Those were the stories we have for you around today's newscast bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, let's take a recap on our main stories. First Lady tells African leaders to prioritize good governance. Central Bank calls for proper handling of banknotes. Man gets 15-year jail term over human trafficking. Serekunda market women applaud Mayor Bensouda for immense development of Kanifing Municipal Council. Those were the stories of our today's newscast. Thank you for joining us. With your presenter, Maria Magillan. Do have a pleasant day.